Satisfied with your performance? Yes, sir. Everything that you wanted the jury to hear and listen to is before the jury. Is that right? Yes, sir. Satisfied with your performance? Yes, sir.
Por tunearlo, estos carros, un poquito problemáticos.
Mark.
Hay dudas, un poco problemáticos.
So, so I just want to get on here and say something real quick. You know what I'm saying? First of all, regard my son's case. All right. So I've been saying this shit from the beginning, right? I knew, I knew, I knew it. I knew that my son was innocent, and you know what I'm saying. Like I didn't argue with so many people over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Trying to tell me, oh, your son's a murderer, your son's a murderer. I'm telling you, I've been telling these motherfuckers this shit from the gate, that Melly was coming home. I didn't know when, but I knew he was coming home. Because for one, it's vital information that, you know what I'm saying, from before this happened, it's something that I could have said myself. I could have got up on that stand and said something that would have just ended the shit too. But I just never spoke about that. Any conversation that I had with his mom or anything that would have made it obvious that Melly was not there. I've been knowing this the whole time. That's why when motherfuckers was coming at me crazy on my YouTube page, like, oh, well, Melly's the murderer, Melly's this. Man, I've been telling these motherfuckers, nobody can understand why I did the song I did. People didn't understand. The reason why was because I knew that Melly was innocent. Period. I knew he was innocent. It's easy for, you know what I'm saying? They can, the law can accuse anybody of, you know what I'm saying, of a murder or any situation. The reason why Melly was in the spotlight when it came to that was because he happened to have made a song that was called Murder on My Mind. You know what I'm saying? Like they try to take that shit like, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, he's a murderer. He's a murderer because he came up with a song years ago that didn't get released until a few years before this happened. So that shit was never, you know what I'm saying? Melly just grew up in a bad neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he grew up in Broward County Projects. And, you know, that's a place to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to have guns. Even young boys had to have guns to protect themselves because it was a bad neighborhood. It doesn't make him a murderer because he grew up in the neighborhood to where he had to have guns or him being obsessed with guns. There's plenty of people I know in Ohio that are obsessed with guns, but they ain't running around killing people. Another thing I wanted to say too, like, you know, I seen what one of the victims, you know what I'm saying, Dad was saying about Melly and talking about, you know, the money part, you know what I'm saying, about, man, let me tell you something, man. Melly is not hurting for no money, y'all. He not hurting for no money. So money would have never been the motive. They try to say, okay, well, it was about money and he just wanted to shine. Like, how was that possible? How is that possible coming from a person that created something and dragged his friends right with him? You know what I'm saying? He was always the main attraction, but still brought his friends and put the YNW behind all of them. So that shit is not even, a blind person could see that wasn't true. That was just his speculation on what he thought happened. But at the end of the day, for all that rock with me, for all that been paying attention to what's been going on, y'all already know I've been telling y'all. It's so many people in Ohio where I live out here that was like, see me and be like, oh, well, they would say little shit about, well, if this was like this and if that was like that. Okay, I've been even saying this shit too. Bad, sorry about that, but yeah, I've been even saying this shit from the beginning. It's so much shit in the media. You know what I'm saying? That had a lot of people thinking that Melly was guilty too. They thought he was guilty because of the media. The media puts this so-called evidence on the media that was supposed to prove him guilty. But get the fuck, my apology. But yeah, he what happened was the media had people thinking that Melly was guilty. It was the media because people, the media knows that that's what people go to. People's go-to is the media. If I say something about somebody in the media, all I gotta do is get a whole bunch of people to believe it, and it looks to be reality, right? That's all that was happening. It was they was putting shit in the media, but they really didn't have anything for the courtroom. They had so much to put in the media to make Melly look guilty and say all this evidence, and you got all these people making these memes about Melly saying, "Oh well, he's guilty. He did this and this and the." But when they, soon as they got in court, they didn't have none of that stuff. I was trying to tell people this is a murder case. No, they none of that shit that they was using in the media could even be used in a court of law legally. So at the end of the day, the shit that was in the media was just for the media, and that was to get people against Melly, people to believe what they believe. But at the end of the day, this is not based on what this is this is not based on beliefs. This is based on facts. So therefore, they have to prove facts, which is that Melly was the shooter and Melly's a murderer, and they can't prove it. If y'all was watching, they didn't have no proof. What happened to the media proof that they had, saying that all this forensic shit and that this said that? Did you notice that all of that evidence got rejected when it came to the court? When that shit got to the court, the judge wasn't even allowing them to use none of that shit. So, like I said, from day one, Melly coming home, and he's gonna be greater than he already was. Thanks to them. He was already big, and he was already great. But when he overcomes this shit, man, Melly about to be set for life, man. He about to be set for life. My son is about to be great. He is about to be so great. Even greater because they did this to him. Y'all held him for all this time as a suspect when he never should have been held. He never should have been held. I'm not going to say that anybody should have been held because I'm not no judge. I'm not no lawyer. What I'm saying is, it's obvious that the person that should have been in custody should not have been Melly, period. Now, all this time they didn't had him locked up, making him look guilty, you know what I'm saying? And shitting on his name in the media, making it seem like, man, I'm telling you, I'm going to post that shit too. All the shit that's on my YouTube page and shit, people coming on there talking about, oh, he killed his friends, oh, he's going down for life. All these dick riding ass, hating motherfuckers, what they gonna do now? What they gonna do now? He about to be free and keep making hits and hits. Hit after hit. Y'all already know. Y'all already know he's talented. Y'all know what's getting ready to happen. Next is a Grammy Award. Y'all already know this. He already done showed himself. He done showed y'all that he is one of the best artists. Creativity and all. They can say, oh, he's crazy. Nah, he not crazy. He different. A lot of the Florida rappers and stuff, they different. They talk different. They walk different. They, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how it is. But that don't make him crazy. That don't make him a murderer. That don't make him none of that. He about to walk, man. This is, I already said it was gonna happen though. It used to worry me because I used to look at some of the shit that I used to see in the media, and it used to lightweight piss me off, you know what I'm saying? But I never, you know what I'm saying? Like I never really, I reacted to it when people would say stuff to me. I always defended Melly, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm like, it ain't just because he was my son, it's because in my heart, I've been knowing from the beginning that he was innocent. I've been knowing because he's not no dummy. He didn't, I said this shit in my first interview or whatever, like, Melly did not get where he is being dumb as fuck. Like, why would you set all this stuff up for you to be as great as you are and then turn around and just kill two of your best friends and ruin your life? Melly was not dumb, by far. He was not dumb enough to do that. I know he didn't do that. Melly enjoyed his life too much to be doing that. Like, and it's just, to me, it's just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? But I don't even care. It doesn't even matter. Like, you know, you got a little shit going on. I know Melly, you know, right now, I don't know, he could be mad at me. He could be whatever. I don't know why he would be mad at me, because at the end of the day, I never did anything to him. Y'all, if you've been tuning in, you know with that situation. I'm not mad at nobody, but Melly was taken away from me and we was teenagers when he was, you know what I'm saying, when she got pregnant, we was both teenagers. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna point the finger, but what I'm saying is, if it's anybody's fault, just saying, it's not my fault. But what I will say is that I could care less about what a lot of people not understanding is that I was raised different than a lot of other people. So therefore, I'm not the type that's money hungry. I'm okay with being like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like, you know, I'm okay with being a regular person. You know, going to college and getting credentials to make a living. And like for example, I just got a CDL like a month ago. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing me. I don't need, it ain't about money to me. Like, I don't want no handouts just because Melly's my son. I don't need him to buy me this and buy me that. Like, I'm not the type. I'm happy knowing that Melly is good, doing good, and successful. That's all I care about. And any parent out here that care about their kids, you know what I'm saying, would understand where I'm coming from. You just want your kids to be successful in whatever they do, and them to make it in what they do. I don't want nothing from him. Period. So from that, you know what I'm saying, it's just crazy to me. Like, when I seen it though, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when, because they kept prolonging this. They kept prolonging this trial. You know what I'm saying? They kept doing shit like that, and it was like pissing me off. Like, damn, y'all know y'all don't got nothing. Because, and I was telling people that out here too. They like, well, what's going on with Melly? I'm like, well, you should be. I wish it was a way for us to ask the courts that question, because they've been holding them all this time. Like, if somebody has a murder rep, or somebody murdered somebody, if they got all this proof, you know, prosecution doesn't want to wait to charge them. They're not going to wait to charge you. When they know they got all the evidence, they're going to charge you right now. We got you. Let's go to court tomorrow because we got all this proof. We taking you down. It made sense. That the reason why they prolonged it, because they already knew they didn't have enough. They knew they didn't have no evidence against Melly. And now it's all coming out. All the truth is coming out now. That it's really true. They ain't had shit, y'all. So, you know, I don't mean to sound cocky or rude, but like, to all these dick riding motherfuckers that was on my YouTube page talking shit, like, you know, I just want to tell y'all straight from me, like, y'all can suck a dick, a fat dick. Because I told y'all, even in my song, from day one, that my son was innocent. I told y'all he was innocent. I knew that he was not cut like that. He made, they talking about, oh, he in the gang, he in this. It's the people that he's affiliated with. But so what? So what? You got gangs out here that's doing positive shit. Every gang, like this one right here, that I'm a part of. This right here. That's a Freemason. Like, that's it's not a gang, but it's a positive thing. It's not, all gangs ain't out here just killing and shooting people. So who cares what he might be affiliated in? That doesn't mean he's a murderer. People crazy out here, y'all. People was praying for his downfall. People was praying for his downfall. They was hoping that he was a murderer, because how ironic is it that, all right, bam, he ends up famous, but his roots is in Ohio. My daughter, son, his brothers and sisters and shit, they out here. They out here. He got family out here. His roots is out here. Honestly, not down there. His roots is really down here. Like, it's crazy. Like, but I don't, out of the situation, I don't want nothing. I got my own money. I get it out the mud. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Yeah, man. I'm sorry about the delay, but yeah, it's crazy, man. It's just a crazy. Uh, you know, I'm used to, being the, the one parent that really didn't kind of matter that much. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm not tripping. I just want. Sorry again, but yeah, I just want my son to get out and continue to do what he's doing, to be great. We gonna reconnect regardless, because as long as I'm alive and he alive, like it's like I don't know if he was, at some point in his life he was portrayed that I was some bad person that left him, and it's like that's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why when I did the interview, his mom wasn't that happy with me because she felt like, damn, you told that story, but it's like they try to put it off like I was a deadbeat dad that just was never in his life, and it's like I still live in that same city. Like where I'm at right now, I'm like 10 minutes away from where Melly was conceived. You understand what I'm saying? So, I can get any of my other kids on here to talk and say, and they would say themselves like, Dad is still in our life. Like, why would I not be in just one of my kids' life? Why would I pick one of my kids and just not be in their life? Like, that doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? It's just that it was the distance, me being that age. There's no way I could have followed them down there to Florida at 15 and 16 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just wasn't. So, it was really fucked up, but what was really kind of fucked up more was just like, him not being told the truth about what really happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure he got some resentment towards me, but I mean, he's grown. Like eventually he's gonna see, like, damn, like I ain't never did nothing to, you know what I'm saying, like anything bad to none of my kids. Like I'm just not the type. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always, had my shit, pretty much together, structured. So, you know, I feel like he should have spent a lot more time with me. But like how that is. The female was always in control. They're the ones that's in control. Automatically, as soon as a kid is born, if the mom is around, the mom is always the sole parent. The father has to fight the mom for custody and all of this shit. And that shit costs money. And I almost did that with him, but I had an honest lawyer that told me like he was born in Florida, so there was no need for me to waste my money because the commute back and forth to Florida for a custody case, it just wouldn't have been, it would have been crazy as fuck. It wouldn't have been doable. So, what I'm saying? I took that route too. That's how I ended up, with the paternity and all of that shit. That's what made everybody really shut the fuck up was when I posted the paternity test because everybody like, I didn't even want to do that. It's not even about fame or clout. It's about facts. Like people want to say, oh, well, you're just saying that. Okay, here you go. And ever since I posted that paternity test, ain't nobody say shit about no DNA because they got to see it for themselves. Like I cannot make that up. I can't make up a paternity test. Like that's something that I wouldn't even know how to do that. Like it was literally that paternity test that made everybody shut the fuck up because people was really out here thinking that he's clout chasing, he's searching for fame. And then the other crazy thing about it is that all of this music shit, like, that shit, music shit wasn't new to me. It was just that we musically inclined over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been playing the piano and singing and being in the studio and doing music for a very long time. Like, and the people that's from here that know me, they know me by that. Like Donte, the person that I sing, my voice, they know me by my voice. So it's like, it's crazy that, people don't know you, their speculations all be different. They don't know you or know anything about how you came up or your talents. They think that you're just saying something just for some clout, but it's not that. I just was obviously in a different situation than Melly was. Like I said on my interview, Melly he's younger, he don't got no kids or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So he could run around here and just do that. But I had kids so early that I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had more freedom, and then I didn't type of parent, even though I was a teenage parent, I didn't have the type of mom that was just gonna let me run around here and just party and do all of that shit. Like my mom actually raised me to be responsible. Like when all my other friends was out kicking it at these parties and shit, I was at home with my daughter because my mom always worked the night shift as a nurse. So what? 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 What about it? Oh. What's wrong with it?
No, ya estoy sacado de eso. Lo que me falta es el de estrella para sacarle el del disco.
What's wrong?
No, esto no tiene. Sí, acá tiene un tornillo, cabrón. Esto tiene partido.
Can I go to the store? I need something.
No, you better replace all that shit. Oh, that one. That's for the brake.
Brake. You want to stop on the brake? Freeze. Freeze.
Okay, so what is that?
That's for
The
You got a caliper?
que se llama esta mierda?
Son bandas, pero saber el nombre.
No,
Spanish
the
is
break
different.
hand.
The brake hand.
Yeah.
Because the caliper is the brake when you push the pedal.
Mhm.
That's a
This
brake.
is that one. So this.
The what?
You want it up?
Oh,
That one.
for the emergency brake.
Yeah. It's not. It's tired. It's tired because it's freeze.
So, so can it still be done, or
No,
You can
you
leave
use
like
it.
that. The only thing you don't have to do, you
you
don't
just
have-
don't have emergency brake?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need that. Okay, okay. Whew. That's the
No, the car
Yeah.
you use it. Only
Oh,
for the emergency
the emergency brake. Okay, that's cool. I don't need it. But yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. But I was saying, like, you know, I just feel great, man. Like, I feel at ease that Melly is in the situation he's in. What was I talking about? Oh, I was saying that my age. I was saying that we was both teenagers, and you know, and imagine being a teenager and that shit happening. Like you have no control over that. You have no control. I had no control. I got paternity for Melly because I asked for paternity, and they told me, well, you're gonna have to pay child support, and it wasn't about the money. Like, I'm like, well, I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want paternity because I knew he was mine because he looked like me. Like, we knew that he was mine. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the point that you needed paternity in order to establish custody or visitation. His mom was kind of salty at me for that because she was like, well, why did you get a paternity test? Because she was thinking that meant that I didn't think he was mine. No, that's not it. I had to establish that in order to establish anything else. Without paternity, it would have been no possibility that I would ever even be able to visit, see him. And, at that time, I mean, I know she was young. We was both young, but it's just like, I had the shit end of the stick at the end of the day, if you know what I mean. Like, there's fathers out here that can relate to what that's in the same situation. The mom has the say so over everything that's going on with that kid from day one. The mom automatically has the custody. She automatically has the say so over where the kid is, who he's with, and all of that. I didn't have control. If it was in my control, I would have controlled it, but I couldn't. It was no way I could have did anything about that situation. But like I was saying before, it's plenty. It's not like I'm some parent that was out here, what I'm saying, getting locked up in prison away from my kids to where I couldn't communicate. It was never like that. So it's people out here that hadn't seen their dad in 20 years because he was in and out of prison all their life, but they still connect with their parent once they get the opportunity. So that's what I'm on. I don't give a fuck about anything else. I don't care about no money because more money, more problems. Everybody know that and heard that saying before, and it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm cool living a regular life. What I had liked to have done, what I love to do, music, yeah, but it's just I wasn't in the right situation to be able to do it. So, I mean, there's always still time, but it's just like I wasn't in that situation to pursue that type of career, but all together, y'all, like, anybody that was rocking with me and anybody that was rocking with me or saying, free Melly and all that, like, I appreciate that because that was helpful along the way when shit would get stressful, because to hear people talking about something and it looking like he's guilty because they still had him, them still having Melly in custody, you know what I'm saying, and then me trying to explain to people that he was innocent. People's question was always, well, if he's innocent, then why is he still in jail? Because the system is fucked up, and that's why he was. Now everybody got to see in the open how fucked up the system is. The system wasn't trying to let Melly go, but now they don't have a choice because his case has been proven that he is not guilty. But yeah, like, at the end of the day, you can't take none of that money shit with you. That money shit you can't take it with you when you die. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all that it's really cracked up to be. But I've been here and I'm gonna be here. And as everybody has witnessed themselves, I rocked with him the whole way. No matter what the media said, no matter what anybody said to me, you know what I'm saying? I was with my son because I knew that he did not do this shit, man. Like, he didn't do this shit. They really was trying to make him look like something that he wasn't. They was trying to make him look, you know what I'm saying, portray him to be a killer. But the one thing I will say is that, you know, I will do an official interview concerning this situation because it needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's a lot, you know, that's been going on, and it's a lot of words. Um, and I hope that my son would consider, you know, getting out of Florida itself when he does get out, because it's people that really thinks that he did that, and you know, people crazy as fuck. You know, you see all the other rappers and shit that have got killed over shit that wasn't even as serious. You know what I'm saying? It's beef shit. So imagine what they would try to do to Melly if they could catch him lacking. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that, you know, he continues with his security and shit when he, you know, sliding around and stuff, because it's people out here that they crazy. You know what I'm saying? They really think he did it. You know, they think he deserved death row. They think he deserved to die. All that type of stuff. No, hybrid. Melly is not out yet, but he will be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if you paying attention, the judge then pretty much said it. The judge just said today that himself that he thinks that the defense is right. The defense is correct. All of this shit was incorrect information. None of that was pointing Melly out as this whole time. Melly not even being in the truck when the shit happened. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Like, I know for a fact, I've been knowing this whole time that Melly was not even in the truck, but it wasn't for me to say because I wasn't involved in the court case and I wasn't getting up on the stand. But you know what I'm saying? It's like I knew, and that's what I've been trying to tell people, but I couldn't directly say what I knew because I didn't want to incriminate my son. But I've been knowing he wasn't in the car from the first call to his mom, when his cousin called me crying saying she thought Melly was in the shooting, and when I called Melly's mom, I knew for a fact it was confirmed that Melly was not in the car. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? All together, man, that's really what it is. Like, Melly wasn't in the car, and it's crazy that they held him all this time. Like, that's sad. And he went through all that shit he went through while he was locked up. Like, you know, it was so many times that I used to wish, like, damn, I could be there, you know, with him. You know, be inside them walls with him to see what he was really going through. You know, for you to make that type of life for yourself to where you're set, you know, money wise and all that, and then for you to be locked up for this many years, you know what I'm saying? That's fucked up. You know, they owe him a lot, man, for that. They owe him. They owe him. They owe Melly. They really owe him for that. Like, that's crazy as fuck that they was even to hold him that long without any charges. You know, you got other people that's suspects in the situation more than Melly, and they were free and able to still live their life outside of jail, and Melly's been, you know, incarcerated this whole time. But I'm gonna jump up off of here, y'all, but just stay tuned for the official interview. But I just wanted to get on here and say that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I foretold this story a long time ago. I've been telling people that Melly was gonna get out, and now it's happening. So I'm happy as his dad, regardless of the relationship or what situation is going on. I'm happy to see that my son is gonna be able to get out and be great. But peace and blessings to all y'all, and I will be doing an official interview just to air everything out in a professional manner. But I want y'all to everybody just have a blessed day. If I knew how to get out of this live, because I don't really know how to. I don't even know how to get out of this. Babe. I don't know how to get out of this live, man. All right, but y'all have a blessed day. It was good talking to y'all for real. That shit still ain't work. Damn. All right. I thought, man, how the fuck do you get out of this live? Can somebody tell me how to end this? Hold on. I think I know how. Let's see. Here. Share mute microphone. Let's see what we do. Oh, she got it. Hey, y'all. Hold on. I'm trying to get out of this live, y'all. I guess it ain't gonna let me. I guess it ain't meant for me to to get out.